It's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. It is August the 29th, 2021. Look at that sky. This is what Atlanta is usually like in the summer. It's really hot, it's really humid. Bermuda's growing really good because this year we have been getting a ton of rain. So on today's video, I'm going to talk what it is like to live with the Chevy LCF 4500 box truck. Now, just so everybody is, and I'm staying on this side to stay in the shade. Just so everybody understands, the Chevy LCF 4500 is the exact identical truck to the Isuzu NPR HD. Not just the Isuzu NPR, but the HD. And with the HD and with the 4500, you get the 19.5-inch tall wheels instead of the, I think it's 16.5. It's just got a much higher gross vehicle weight. It holds a lot more payload. The drivetrain's the same, but it holds a lot more, and it's heavier duty. It's got heavier duty springs, suspension, stuff like that on it. So what is it like to live with this thing? Okay, this is the second year that I've had this, and I will tell you unequivocally, without a doubt, this is the best investment I have ever made in the business. This thing is phenomenal. First of all, if you get somebody to do your graphics properly, and it's a really good job, this is a rolling billboard. It is phenomenal. All right, everybody in my area knows this truck. Everybody's seen it. Yeah, they like it. Little kids like it for some reason. I guess they think it's a circus truck or something. But anyway, that has been a phenomenal investment. I think all four sides was like $1,200. It was really, really inexpensive, and they used really, really super high quality vinyl. There's a place here in Lawrenceville that does all of the big Russell, isn't that funny? All of the big Russell landscaping, all their trucks. So they constantly do a ton of these. But yeah, phenomenal work. I just gave them the graphics, and they did them to size, and it took a day to do it. Very, very, very pleased. So this truck right here comes in two different drivetrain configurations. One of them is the 6-liter GM gas engine right here. For you car nuts, that is the L96 iron block. That is called the truck engine. This is the heavy duty gas offering for both the Isuzu, and I'm just going to say the NPR because that's what everybody knows, but for these trucks, that's the gas version. And then you also have a diesel, 4-cylinder diesel version that you get. It's got a different transmission. Also, this is a General Motors transmission. These things, this engine right here is like a modern version of the old Chevy 350. Same engine. I got a Chevy 350 in the truck, the pickup truck, and those engines are phenomenal. This has a lot more power because it's got fuel injection, and it's got a little more electronics on it. Not a lot. Doesn't have air fuel management and all that, which is good. There's just less to go wrong. But these engines are very, very durable. This would be the modern Chevy 350, okay? Extremely durable. People love to take these truck engines and soup them up and put them in cars because they're very strong. They're very good. And I'm very pleased with it. It doesn't get the best mileage because this truck is really heavy. This thing's probably 17 or 18,000 pounds loaded. But it does fine. You know, it's got a GM 6-speed 6L90, I believe, transmission in it. So it's basically maybe just a little bit weaker than the Allison that's behind the Duramax, but it's a very stout transmission, and if you take care of it, it'll go. So that's the drivetrain in it. I've had absolutely zero problems with this truck. Nothing has gone wrong with it. I did have to replace the windshield once, but you know, rocks happen, and these windshields are ridiculously flat. In fact, sitting in the truck, is like looking through a plate glass window. It's crazy. But anyway, so I have been completely, totally happy with this purchase and this investment in the business. And I have a ton of people that are constantly wanting to know about the box truck and wanting to know how I have it set up. You can go back, I did a video, I did a walkthrough on how I have everything set up in the back. I got it to a place where I like it, everything's really efficient, and it works perfect. So buying one of these trucks it's a major investment. I bought this truck, it was brand new, and right now it's got like 11,300 miles on it. So, and it's still under warranty. If you're gonna do yard maintenance, lawn maintenance, which is pretty much all I do now, this is the perfect truck. If you're a landscaper and you're gonna be doing a lot of hauling, you know, mulch, dirt, all that, maybe this isn't the truck for you. Although you can put a dump bed on the back and pull a trailer, stuff like that. I've seen people with the open landscape bodies. These trucks, you can put anything on them. People make wreckers out of them. It just, you know, the body comes off and it's very easy to fit whatever you want on them. In fact, I've even seen these as trash trucks. Have a little container galleon thing in the back. But anyway, so for what I do, this is the perfect setup. So I thought long and hard before I got this truck, and yeah, so it's worked out very, very good. And what the best thing, aside from all that, is every night I would come home and I would have to try to back the trailer up in the driveway without getting hit. I live on a hill right there, so cars come flying over here, and I got to where I could back the trailer up in the driveway really fast, but still I think 2 times people had to lock their brakes up because they're just going too fast in the neighborhood and almost hit me in the trailer. And then I had to, you know, unload the trailer and put it in the garage and all that every single time. This, I just keep all my equipment in the truck itself, and I just grab my route sheet every day and whatever I need, my water and drinks and all that, and off I go. The maneuverability of this truck is crazy insane. So much better than just the pickup truck by itself. Now, this is a 150-inch wheelbase, plus it's got a 16-foot box on the back. The overall length of this truck from nose to tail is less than from my Chevy, front of the Chevy till the back of the trailer. And I only had a 5x10 trailer. It's several feet short. I think it's 4 to 5 feet shorter. But this truck will outturn that Chevy just by itself. This thing turns so sharp. And part of the reason is the wheels, you're sitting on top of where the wheels are. You know, on a normal vehicle that's got a hood in front of it, the wheels are out, you know, 3 feet in front of you. And that really has a big difference on the turning radius. And some of it is the fact that the wheels itself, they have a higher degree angle of attack, I call it, for turning. So this truck, even though it's big, it's wide, I would much rather try to maneuver this in some of these little tiny neighborhoods than I would with my truck and trailer. That's a fact. It's easy to back up. I've got the backup camera. Let's see if I can. No, I have to have the key on. But anyway, when I put it in reverse, the backup camera comes on. That is really, really handy, because while the mirrors are really good, you can't see directly behind you. I mean, you just can't. So that was I think that was $400 or $500 extra. And then I had them put a really heavy duty class, I think is a class 4 hitch, and it's got a trailer brake controller if you want to use that. I've never towed anything with this, but I can if I need to. I could hook a trailer up to it. I could hook a dump trailer, whatever I wanted to do, because it'll pull it. But it's got that trailer brake controller on there. But that's it. Probably the only other thing I may have added would have been power mirrors, because it's kind of a pain if you know, I bump into this mirror on the passenger side all the time because it's kind of close to the Chevy truck, and I physically will bump into it with my shoulder and get it out of whack. But yeah, other than that, this thing has been absolutely phenomenal. I changed the oil. I use the AMSOIL 5W30 Signature Series. I do it once a year, just like I do on all my other vehicles, and it's really easy to change the oil on this. Easier than a passenger car, because you know it's high enough under there. You don't have to put it on ramps. It's tons of room. You can get right to the oil filter, right to the drain plug. It's very, very easy. So servicing this unit, it's not a lot to do. It's just standard 6 liter. So I can't speak on the diesel. I know the diesel holds a lot more oil. The oil change interval on that, I think, is a lot longer. And there's a few more things you need to do to a diesel, like periodically change the fuel filter and all that. But I wish I could have gotten a diesel. I absolutely love Isuzu diesels. However, the new diesels have the DEF fluid and that whole system, and I am not going to get involved with that because, first of all, it would make the truck about $10,000 more. Second of all, that diesel filtration system, the particulate filtration, it's called a diesel particulate filter. If you look on the side, on the passenger side of these trucks, you'll see a square, we'll call it module, that's got a couple filters in it and some piping, and that thing, when you have to replace it, it's about $1,700, and it's a maintenance item because it will need replacing at some point. The more stop and go driving you do, the more short trips you do, the faster that thing's going to get clogged up. And there are companies that will clean them out or attempt to do it, but usually you just have to end up replacing it. It's expensive. That's a lot of money right there. So I just, no thank you. Well, anyway, so I'm trying to think of what other kind of questions people have asked. You've seen in other videos how I have the box set up. You know, and this is in a standard driveway neighborhood I have my truck in. And I have gotten so much business from my neighbors just from them seeing the truck passing around the street. So it's very good. It's a very good way to advertise your business. Makes you look very professional. Usually when I do quotes, I make sure I am in this truck, and I've had so many compliments. People say, wow, that's a really nice truck, and you know, it's very professional. And it's not to say that, you know, when I was using my '89 Chevy and a trailer, the way I presented myself when I was in that, you know, it was good, it was fine. But this is kind of like a notch. It's kind of like a level higher. But yeah, so if you're thinking about doing it, so here's something. With all the COVID stuff going around since last year, my dealer who sold me this truck told me that there's a 6-month waiting list to try to get these trucks. They just, the whole country is kind of on back order. You can go in the commercial truck trader, and there's still a couple dealers here and there that have some chassis that haven't sold, but they are asking some ridiculous money for them. They're about $15,000 more than I paid for this. The box manufacturers that build the boxes they're about 4 months behind right now because they're having problems getting steel and aluminum. So it's that trickle down thing, you know. It's for landscapers that want to get into one of these. It's hard to find one of these that's got this kind of miles on it, that's in super good shape, that somebody really took care of it. Most of these things are used ones, are just, I mean, they're just beat to death inside. They don't take care of them. I have seat covers on the seats, plus I have this towel on the back to protect the seat covers. I do that with all my vehicles, and I make stuff last a really long time, because when I go to sell it, you know, the seats basically have never been sat on except from when I drove it to the dealership to home, and I got the seat covers and put on there. So that's just what I do. You know, I keep everything clean. It's, you know, so. But trying to find one of these with this low of miles, really hard. You can find them, they got 200,000-300,000 miles, and they're, you know, 8 or 10 years old, and they are just clapped out. I mean, bad. Doesn't mean the truck's not functional. It just means that, well, it's got less life left ahead of it than it did behind it. So yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Pretty much I would buy this truck absolutely again. Now here's the kicker. I am probably going to be selling this truck soon. What? Yes. So I'm in the middle of moving. I am going to be moving out of state, and this is such a good time for me to sell this truck right now, being that the miles are so, it's only got like 11,300 miles, still underway, has a lot of factory warranty left. And somebody that wants to get into this business and wants a truck like this already set up, you know, all they got to do is they can go up to the place that did the graphics. They'll remove my graphics, put your graphics on there, and out the door you go. But it's already set up, and I'm probably, that's kind of my goal, is to do that. I don't want to take this with me when I move. I'm just going to, the general plan is I'm gonna use my truck and trailer probably for the rest of the season, rest of the year. I have a place now that I can put my truck and trailer, and I don't have to unload it every night. It's a secured inside place, you know, because I can't do that here in the house. I kept getting HOA letters. So this truck is okay, but having a trailer in the driveway, no bueno. They don't, for some reason, that's just, they don't like that. So yeah, that'll allow me to cut down on some expenses and decide what I'm going to do with the rest of the business coming up next year. So I have some options, but yep, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I've already taken pictures and everything of it actually a couple weeks ago, and I don't want to sell the truck. I like this truck. This truck's awesome. This has made my life so much easier. But you know, if I didn't have a place to put my trailer now, I wouldn't sell it right now. But I do, that option is now open where I can just, you know, grab the trailer and it stays loaded because I can park it inside. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about doing. So if anybody's interested, if you're local and you're interested in picking this truck up, you know, reach out to me. Just email me. Don't email me through YouTube. You can go to my website, gwinettlawns.com, and you'll see how to contact me. So just do it that way. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Of course, everything, the equipment obviously doesn't come with the truck, but all the shelving that's inside, the E-track, the hangers, all that all goes with the truck. Okay, because it's set up for a landscaper, and all you'd have to do is just throw your equipment in there and take off. So anyway, 100% pleased with this truck. I would definitely buy another one for absolutely sure. In fact, I even toyed with the idea of just selling the box, keeping the chassis, and actually having this made into like a pickup. But the problem is, if I'm going to do that, I would want to do it with the really short frame, like the 108-inch wheelbase, so it would be equivalent to the length of my Chevy truck. And I could get somebody to fabricate up a nice hydraulic dump bed on the back that looks like a pickup truck, because this thing is really comfortable. A lot of people probably wouldn't think it would be, but it's very, just your seating position, you're sitting up high, it's very maneuverable, and I can park it in a regular parking space. You know, I do it all the time. So anyway, I don't want to make this video any longer than it is. Hopefully that will kind of give you an idea on what it's like to live with one of these trucks. If you're on the fence about getting one of these, just do it. It is just phenomenal. I'm telling you. If you got one that you got your eye on, yeah, just pull the trigger and get it, because I don't think you can make a better investment that will pay you back, especially if you can get your graphics on the truck. It really takes your business kind of to that next level. So guys, with that being said, I will talk to you on the next video.